Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Deras-Roiz, and today I'm giving you a presentation on the FIFA World Cup. So, just a backstory on this. I chose the FIFA World Cup because it's what got me into loving soccer. The first World Cup I watched was in 2014, and then I watched the whole World Cup in 2018. So, an overview of what we're going to be going over is going to be what is the FIFA World Cup, the format and the rounds of the FIFA World Cup, the global reach of the World Cup, and the history of the World Cup. Alright, so what is the World Cup? The FIFA World Cup is a quadrennial month-long football tournament to crown the world champion of football. So that just means it's a tournament that happens once every 4 years between all the best teams in the world to compete over the World Cup. So there are 32 participating teams, including the host nation, which is chosen by FIFA. They do a pool, and whoever they decide to be the host nation will be the host nation. And then the World Cup usually starts at the middle of June and ends in the middle of July. So it's exactly a month long. Alright, so you see here, this is the format. The 32 teams get broken up into groups of 4. So 8 groups of 4. It's randomly drawn. So, like I said before, there are 31 teams in the host nation. And it's decided which 31 teams will come by the 6 confederations of FIFA. They'll play off a tournament to qualify for the World Cup, and then the best teams in those confederations will then come to the pool for the World Cup. So there are 2 rounds to the World Cup. What you see here is the group stage. In this stage, there's going to be each team will play each other in their group. So each team will play 3 games each, and a win is 3 points. A draw is 1 point, and a loss is 0 points. And then the 2 best teams out of each group will advance to the second round, which is the knockout stage. So then here, this is the knockout stage. So you can see it's 2 teams advance from each group, and they go out to the knockout stage. Here in the knockout stage, once you win or lose a game, you're out of the tournament. So the losing teams are immediately knocked out, the winning team advances. So they have the round of 16, the quarterfinals, the semis, and then the final, which is played between the 2 best teams in the world. This past year, it was, in 2018, it was Croatia and France that made it to the final, with France winning the World Cup. Alright, so the popularity of the World Cup. So the World Cup, every time it comes on, is the most popular event in the world at the time, so it always breaks the television viewing records. So this past World Cup, there was 3.572 billion viewers, so that's 1/2 the world's population. It makes sense because there are over 4 billion fans of football worldwide. And for the final of the World Cup this year, there was 1.12 billion people who watched. And this is a picture of France after they won. That's in Paris. All right, so history of the World Cup. Right here, this is the first World Cup that ever happened. This one's in Uruguay. It was in 1930. The first World Cup did have some issues because it was hard to get teams to want to make the trip, since it was a lot harder to be able to transport all that many players and staff. So there were teams in Europe that did not want to make the trip. Teams didn't want to give up their best players for 2 months because of the travel and the month-long tournament. And then the second and third World Cup also had the same issues. So every year has been a World Cup except during World War II. So it skipped out on about 10, 11 years, and then started again in 1950. So like I was saying, the second and third World Cups also had issues. In the second World Cup, since there was no group stages, like I said earlier, which was knockout stages. Once a team lost, they got sent back home. So the teams from South America that made it the trip all the way to Europe, once they lost the game, they were knocked out, and who would want to go back again if you did all that just they won't get me go home. So they didn't want to show up for the third World Cup, and because the third World Cup was also in Europe, in France. So football is the most popular sport in the Americas and in Europe, and that's where the best players always come from. And it's a true statistic that all the World Cups have been won either by South American or by European teams. So no Asian teams, no North American teams, no African teams have yet to win the World Cup. So the best way I would describe the FIFA World Cup is a month-long festival of football, because it's just a month where everyone can come together and support the same thing, even though they're going against each other, they're all there for the same reason. They're all there to win the World Cup. And the players, the staff, the trainers, everyone comes for opportunity to be crowned world champions. They want to win the biggest title that in most countries there is. So it's just like a chance to become a hero for your nation and to forever be remembered as a winner of the FIFA World Cup. Thank you.
Nah.